Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, people? It's your host, Jermaine McCrimmon, and welcome to Humanity Unplugged. Well, guys, the year have started. We're a couple days in now, and already I'm quite sure some people will like to start the day over because it's a bit much to take on today. I don't know about you, but according to the news and what we have received, people are acting up in the world. Well, first of all, giving a host to the Most High who give us the wisdom and knowledge to understand, to stop by and talk with you guys and share some stories that I received. One is really, really hot off the press, and one is a little older, but it's an update. And I want you guys to hear about it because to me, this is what ICE should be doing. It's unfortunate that life is lost on the hands of people that are supposed to be uh, in position to protect life. Uh, to all our social media followers, to everyone that share with us religiously or in passing, we thank you guys for tuning in every day to check us out, to see how we're doing. We thank you. This is our 102nd episode of Humanity Unplugged. Check us out on all platforms. We are here to stay. We're not going nowhere. And I've seen on TikTok people saying a lot of different comments, some negative, some outrageous. And I wonder, what did it take for you to do that? I wonder on why would you put something negative up on somebody else's page? Was it gratifying? Was it soothing? Was it a refresher from Starbucks that you received for doing that? You just said something just to say something because you have a mouth to do it and the ability to pull it off. I ask you that when you come out your mouth on somebody's page, I ask you, what benefit did you get out of saying certain things? I address it because I see it on everybody's channel. I see negativity all the way around on all levels. And I wonder, what do the brain go through to possess negativity in the brain and then to act on the negativity in the brain and go on somebody's page and say something? Now, I look at it as entertainment, that you find me so entertaining and you want to say something on my page. And I thank you because you help bring me publicity and bring attention to my page. But there's a lot of people out here that doesn't look through the lenses that I look through. Some people confidence is not where it needs to be, and maybe they might be in a dark place, and reaching out to people on these platforms is gratifying for them in a positive way. Why would you want to shoot down their light that they're trying to shine that's positive? It's only January 8th, and you wasted no time this year in putting out negative thoughts on other people's pages. I mean, you started off like your last year. You brought in the negativity, and now you putting it out again this year. And I don't understand that. How do you expect for good things to come your way when you constantly putting out negative energy? We talked about this in different podcast episodes about karma and your energy and the negative frequencies that travel. And negativity follows negativity. It latches on to negativity. Do you ever wonder why people who rob all think alike? People who do murder, crimes, they all think alike. It's a negative thought that impulses them to do a negative action. It is that simple. And I often wonder, it's only the 8th day of the year. And I wonder, and I'm going to go back to this question. If you could, if you could press a button, hit rewind or pause, some of you probably would have pressed that button already. Because 8 days into the new year, you need to pause. You're so deep into a negative strut in your life that you really need to pause or rewind every action you took on since the ball dropped. And I'm reaching out to you guys to tell you that it's never too late to hit the pause button. It's never too late to change your negative energy into a positive energy. Take the moment to do that for yourself. Change your direction before you get momentum. Because even negative energy gets momentum. Maybe we'll talk about that on Monday. Negative momentum. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Of course, we know the news. We know what happened recently out in Minnesota, Minneapolis. ICE agent, he decided that the lady was a threat, and he took her life as she was moving her car out the way. Now, I saw the video. I saw the video more than once. Whatever ICE is saying is effery, respectfully. The lady was not trying to hit him. All you got to do is look at the tires. This is an open and shut case. The audacity, the Jesse Jackson audacity for the Secretary of ICE to come on live TV news briefing and said he was in rights of his job description and defending himself because his life was threatened is a bogus lie. The man had no right taking that lady's life. The lady name is Renee Good, 37-year-old female whose life was taken from her because of a man's stupidity on the job with a handgun. That's what happened. Draw it out, chuck it, fire his ass, and let's move on. But I noticed something. If you guys watch the news and if you watch what went on, ICE was moved out of that area very fast. They hopped in them vans, them black sedans. They hopped out and they hopped in, and pulled out of there quick and fast. The police came in, called off the area. The lady was pulled out the car. They tried to do CPR. They tried everything. She was gone before they even arrived with paramedics. She was gone. Looked like he put 2 in her chest and she was pulling away from the man. Where is the threat when the tires are turned from him? Outright disgrace. Now, this comes 2 or 3 days since Trump said he's going to expand ICE out in Minnesota. Yeah, your boy Trump said he was going to expand ICE out there in Minnesota. And what they should be doing, they're not doing. And what happened was outrageous. No rights. No rights. Jacob Fry, the mayor of Minneapolis, Minnesota, he was off the chain. You're going to hear from him later. I had to get that in there. We're going to get that started. It is beautiful. He spoke up how he felt. And, he let them know they were full of crap. And they are. Now, on the other hand, the governor, Tim Walz, peace, be still. We need to have peace. Go get a hoagie sandwich. Get some chips. Sunday's football. No need to act crazy. It's just somebody died. Not a big deal. We all make mistakes. I'm sorry, Tim. We don't need that. Go sit your ass down somewhere. We don't need that. I'm sorry, guys. I know I don't use profanity, but today is a new day. And I'm not going to carry it with me, but this is outrageous. Could you imagine your child was driving away from the scene? She didn't do nothing wrong like that and took bullets and now is gone. And they won't even release the ICE agent name. His name is not even released. But yet, this is what's going on. Sad. This lady's gone, never to return. Peaceful little area in Minnesota. They ain't bothering nobody. People came out. You're going to see the video. You got to see the video. How they sprayed pepper spray on the crowd. They disrespected these people that didn't even look violent at all. They got their hands in their pocket. Where is the threat? Why do you want them to go away? Why do you want them to move? They're not in the crime scene. Why are you pushing the people like this? This is what we training American people to do once they get hired by ICE, to conduct themselves like this, to treat people like this. This is what's going on. This is what your American dollar is paying for? Absurd. You know, a lot of things happened in Minnesota. 2020. Yeah, I remember what happened out there. Good brother got killed out there on the street. Uproar of the world. Yes, sir. Everybody went crazy because of that brother losing his life out there. Y'all know his name. He was out there. That wasn't ICE. That was regular police department. Went crazy. And now ICE out there going crazy. And the secretary going to say he was within his job description. Knowing this man, you see the video, clean as day, the lady turning her tire. Well, if you haven't seen it, all you got to do is pay attention to Manny Unplug on the social media. It will be up before 8:30 this morning, and you will see it. I guarantee, because this is absurd. Somebody got to speak up. Somebody got to talk about it, and I'm your boy. I'll talk about it. Also, an update out in Arlington, Texas. Chica Locas. Arriba la raza. Mexico #1. Chica Locas out in Arlington. I don't know if you guys know, but it's the gentleman's club out there. Them boys was chilling. Just a little entertainment. And nothing wrong with going to a gentleman club, having a couple of drinks or order of French fries. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do in the gentleman club, right, guys? All we do is order a couple of drinks and you eat some French fries. You talk about your day with your homies, and then you go home, right? At a gentleman's club. You don't do nothing crazy in a gentleman's club. Or do you? Well, look like the cartel is involved in this gentleman's club out in Arlington. Back in October, excuse me while I sip on my coffee. Excuse me. Back in October, police did a little raid out there, Chica Locas, in Arlington, Texas, gentleman club. And, you know, they arrested a couple of guys. It was some drug dealing. But after further investigation, we found out that it's a lot of other things going on in Chica Locas. Sex trafficking. And who else? And what else is going on out there? We got a little clip of that. We want to share that with you guys. I just wanted to get you guys started, get you warmed up to what's to come, because, you know, you need to know what's going on. And I feel so good this morning and thankful that I'm up in the land of the living, and God gave us this opportunity. So let's talk about it. Here we go, guys. Enjoy.
Long sex trafficking investigation. Good evening. I'm Clarice Tinsley. Detectives say the Chica Locas Gentlemen's Club was a front for prostitution and drug deals. Fox Source Dion England is live with details. Dion.
Hi there, Clarice. Well, police say this adult entertainment business had a lot more going on than advertised. A multi-crime ring exposed. The Arlington strip club Chica Locas, inside this nondescript gray building, is now linked with a larger criminal enterprise than first discovered, according to police.
This was an extensive investigation. A lot of work went into this.
The multi-agency undercover sting Operation Safe Stage announced 2 sex trafficking arrests in October. It has now cast a wider net. 5 more are charged.
They identified several other individuals who were employees of the club, who were part of management, who were also involved in the prostitution that was taking place.
These guys is doing prostitution. You know what runs with prostitution? Drugs. So you know drugs is in this somewhere. Here we go.
The allegations include sex trafficking, prostitution, and drugs.
4 of those individuals.
I told you, drugs is in it. Anytime you selling something, you got to throw something to get you right so you can perform at the prostitution. And drugs is a great high for a lot of people because it helps you perform right while you're doing your prostitution. I'm just giving you the facts. You ain't got to like it, but it's a fact.
Individuals are management of the company and were engaged in the aggravated promotion of prostitution and organized crime. And one individual was the guy that was selling drugs at the location.
Among the managers, 32-year-old Alan Salcido and 30-year-old Jonathan Rivera were arrested in November. In December, 37-year-old Frank Boudet and 27-year-old Trevor Brossette.
These boys are putting in that pain, huh? 4 of them. It's probably more than that. Here we go.
Were taken into custody. 32-year-old Aaron Perez, an alleged drug dealer at the club, was also arrested. Police have thus far identified at least a dozen women
They go
victims.
Deeper than this, guys.
They say
they go deeper than this.
otherwise
Cartel is
paraded
involved.
as employees.
Some of the individuals who were arrested were using force to force individuals to take place in activities against their will.
So employees there, employees that are most likely immigrants. Let's just call it what it is. No American citizen going to volunteer and do this unless they got something on you and you forced to be in this. So I just wanted to share that with you, let you know that this is what ICE should be cracking down on. ICE should be taking all their time and work on this, not what they're doing out in Minnesota. Okay? This is what they should be doing, okay?
Received information that these individuals who are employees of the club were engaged in these activities and that the money that they were earning was going back to the management.
So there you got Chica Locas doing what they do, you know, out there in Arlington. It's crazy. We will get some more updates on that. That happened back in October, but since this update just came out yesterday, I had to give y'all that work. Because this is nice. I like talking about drug game and things of such. It has a great turn side. And what I mean by that is you always got two ways to look at this. And probably in this case, it's even bigger than that because somebody's being supplied something, right? So we're going to find out how deep the rabbit hole goes. And if they choose a red pill or green pill, we'll find out about that too. So the first thing I'm going to give y'all is what took place out in Minnesota. Nice clip of news. I watched this news. I want to share this with you guys. Here we go.
The city of Minneapolis is on edge after a U.S. immigration officer shot and killed a woman in her car. She's been identified as 37-year-old U.S. citizen Renee Good. The Homeland Security Secretary says the officer acted in self-defense. Democrat leaders angrily disputing that account, calling the incident both predictable and totally avoidable.
Yep, totally
the Midwest
avoidable. State
of Minnesota is where the Trump administration just 2 days ago announced a dramatic expansion of its ICE or Immigration and Customs Enforcement operation. Today's shooting took place in a public street just south of the CBD. And a warning to viewers. This story contains distressing images and
I had
content.
to send you this, guys.
The icy streets of Minneapolis inflamed as one of their own is killed in the ICE crackdown. Residents throwing snowballs at federal agents in retreat. The shooting captured on video. A
Sad.
vehicle is blocking the road.
Now she's in the middle of the street blocking the road. ICE get out of a pickup Ford F-150.
Where immigration and customs enforcement
Two guys
had been
arrive, one
conducting
go
an
on the door
operation.
and try to open up his
Officers
Honda
approach,
Pilot. She
and
goes
as
in
the car
reverse.
attempts
There's
to
a guy
drive
in the
away,
front, but you can see
one
her tire
agent
turning
fires into
directly
it.
avoiding him.
Can I go check a pulse?
No! Back up! Now!
I'm a physician.
I don't care.
Shot 2 or 3 times through the driver's side window. The car drove a 30, 40 feet and crashed into another car. And
I saw the passenger exit the vehicle.
These are all witnesses, guys, and this is great coverage.
They were crying and their face was covered in blood. The agents on the scene were shouting, "No pulse, no pulse."
37-year-old Renee Good identified as the victim. Local authorities say she wasn't the target of an operation. She was caring for her neighbours when killed. The Trump administration says she weaponized her vehicle, calling it an act of domestic terrorism.
Shame! An officer of ours acted quickly and defensively shot to protect himself and the people around him.
That account enraging local leaders.
Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit.
This robotic.
Now, that was Jacob Fry. He's an excellent guy to hear from because he just knows his stuff. He calls it as he sees it, and that's what we need from our people from now on, to call it as we see it. Because it makes no sense how they treated that person and what they try to get on the news and lie about.
Witnesses hurled profanity too at balaclava-clad agents.
Throwing pepper spray at them. They standing there doing nothing wrong.
And shoved them to the ground.
Shoving them to the ground, pushing on them.
The governor says speaking up to the government is a patriotic duty at this point in time, but pleaded for only peaceful resistance.
They want a show. We can't give it to them. We cannot.
Claiming the Trump administration wants chaos in the Democratic-led city and state to justify what 2 days ago it announced as its largest immigration operation ever.
To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis.
Mayor Frey lamenting that his city has been through a lot, referring to the police killing of unarmed George Floyd in 2020, which sparked the biggest protest seen since the civil rights movement. He died on the street just a short distance away.
No justice! No peace!
Protesters adopting the slogan from that uprising against police brutality. Liz Maddock.
So this is clearly police brutality and great coverage because this could have been all avoided. So I don't know why it took place. I can't give you that. I don't know why it took place. I don't know why, but I know it could have been avoided. For sure, the girl wasn't trying to hit him. Her tire was turned the opposite direction from him, letting you know she's driving away from him, not at him. No justice, no peace. Y'all know Greg Floyd, you know, this what happened to him. Killed for senseless crime. And now another senseless crime against Renee Good. So in closing, guys, I want to give you a piece of what the mayor said. I don't want to hit y'all with this, but I kind of want to because Jacob Fry, he went off. He talked about how he felt, and maybe I can give you a quick 3 minutes of him. So that way you guys can understand, like, the mayor also. The governor is upset, and I understand the governor's perspective in regards to this because, remember, Trump just said it's going to be the biggest ICE operation ever held out in Minnesota, which is a Democratic spot, allegedly. If this is so, you got to justify that by having some type of violence or chaos that can cause them to say, yeah, maybe ICE should be here. And that might be what they did. That's up to you to determine. I'm not going to put him up there. I think we got enough to go with. But and returns, guys, back to the conclusion. If you could start your year off all over again, would it be a pause or a rewind? I'm your host, Jermaine McCrimmon, Humanity Unplugged. Stay safe, guys. Peace.